Welcome to part two of this interview with Ali Ahmed, and we've been talking about how he got into trading whilst being at university, and he's still trading on a demo account at the moment. But let's actually see if we can twist this around into some sort of mentoring session and talk about some aspects of his trading and see if we can give him some guidance on that. So Ali, let's talk a little bit here. You've mentioned previously to me before this interview that you don't like losing. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, it was painful. It came from the experience I had when I lost the money in the real account. Yeah, I don't like losing, but I do understand that trading you need to accept some losers. Obviously, there's no 100% trader. So yeah.
Okay, so I mean, to me, when you said that to me over a coffee, what that highlights is when someone doesn't like losing, that can highlight a potential problem further down the line, especially when you actually start trading with real money. Because when you're trading with real money, if you don't like losing and you do have losses, which we have to accept we're going to be losing 40% of the time, 50% of the time, then all of a sudden that can manifest itself into overtrading and overgearing and things like that. So how do you think you'll manage that emotion? Because at the moment, currently, when you have a loss, you quite often will just shut down for the day.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be that easy when you're trading with real money?
No, obviously it's going to be hard, and that's why I've set a goal for me to start with a small amount of money.
Yep.
My goal is to focus on the pips, not the money. Because if you start with £1,000 account, you're not going to make a lot of money. But all I'm caring about is the consistent result, the pips, the risk and reward. From that time, when I see a good result, I'll start to move into more capital to put in my account. But yeah, when I get losing the demo account, it's still painful for me, but not as much as trading real money. But yeah, I just shut my laptop down and call it a day for today.
Okay, so what's your goals with trading?
Consistent trader.
What does that? How do you define that for you? I mean, everybody has a different view of what a consistent trading is. What's your view of being consistent?
For me, it's like 3% plus a month. But you know, I don't see it as if something's going to come every month, or I have to get it every month. Because if I don't get, I'm going to start over trading with more money to recover the last month. But yeah, trading for me is all about opportunities and risk and reward. Losing small and making big, that's for me.
Well, when you say risk reward, I mean, you're absolutely right. But what do you mean by that? Is it you saying making big? How big? What sort of risk reward ratios are you looking for on a trade? If you're looking to risk 1, are you looking to make 2, 3, 5?
Not less than 3.
No less than 3?
Yeah, 1 to 3.
Right.
That's how I take it.
Right, okay. Are you quite static on that then?
Yeah, because, you know, some betting companies, like when you want to bet for football, for a football team, they give you 1 to 2 ratio if you win. You get double money sometimes. So I don't think it's trading for me. 1 to 2 isn't trading. 1 to 3 and plus is trading.
Okay.
So making big money and losing small, that's for me.
So what sort of win rate ratio would you expect to have?
Say about 60%, 50%.
Okay. So this is where a little bit of expectancy needs to come in here. It's very rare that you can have a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio and be right 60% of the time. Because in order to get to 1 to 3, you need to be able to run your trades. So what will happen is the trade will go up so far, but quite often will then just roll back over. So you'll be in profit, and you're going to have to then give up those profits and actually see those profitable trades actually amount to nothing and actually become losing trades. Because by its very nature, you're going to have to be in trades which are just going to roll over. And therefore, you will have a lower win rate. So generally speaking, if you want a 1 to 3 risk-reward ratio, your win rate will normally be sub 50%, which is no problem whatsoever. Some of the best traders in the world have sub 50% win rates. But I'm just giving you some advice here that you need to manage your expectations a little bit there, because being right 60% of the time and getting 1 to 3 is probably a little bit unrealistic.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the problem. That's why I joined your course, because I didn't have any confirmation. My strategy, it's hard to find up to more than 3%. Well, once I found 9%, 1 to 9 ratio, but it's really hard to find it. And so yeah, I haven't got the confirmation when I entered the trade. I just used to look at the 4-hour, 1-hour chart to analyze the market. If it's an uptrend or downtrend, I wait for the 5 minutes chart to pull back a bit and I open a position.
Okay.
But there's no momentum or pivot, something to confirm everything.
Right, okay. So
I haven't got a checklist, basically.
okay, so you haven't built a checklist yet. So that's something
My
you need to work on.
strategy,
Yeah, okay. So you need to build so you like buying on a pullback, that's what you're saying, within a trend, but you need to create some checklist criteria for when to actually execute, where your stop might be, what other aspects, based on the higher time frames might come into play, any news events, and then where you place those targets and why do you come out of those targets.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit of work is needed there because once you build a checklist, it helps with confidence with taking a trade, but you're still going to be, like I say, right only so much of the time. And I can say this because I look for larger win rate, risk to reward ratio trades, and I'm not right greater than 50% of the time on my swing trading on those because you have to accept I've been up £20,000 and then seen it come all the way back down and stopping me out. You have to, it's all relative depending on the size of the accounts you're trading with, but you have to be prepared to accept being in a profitable trade and then see it go back to losing. Some people that becomes a problem for, and we need to make sure that's not a problem for you because you've got to keep your eye, if you want to be consistent, on the bigger picture, not on the smaller time frame. So what trade by trade? Look at a collection of trades over maybe 20 or 30 trades, package them together, so to speak, and say, look, it doesn't matter that the trade I was in right here was profitable and then rolled over. What's more important is if I follow that process over and over again, enough of them will run to the target and I'll be profitable like that.
Definitely. Yeah, and I think that's just day trading as well. It's definitely for day trading because when I open my laptop, when I start my trading day, it's hard to find these positions. Sometimes, like they say, twice, I open 2 trades a week. I'm a day trader, which means I have to open more trades.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really hard to find this position.
I think from what I've heard, you have been very disciplined so far, especially as you're on a demo account. Like you said, some days you won't even trade, which I think is really good. To be able to get up early in the morning and then not take a trade is a really good thing. Having that discipline to be able to take a step back and say, do you know what, there's nothing there for me today. But it's still going to be a step up once you start trading with real money again, and that's why you're building this experience, but you've got to get it back in the saddle in order to then build that experience too.
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Trading it's like that's the biggest mistake for me I had with real money. When I deposit my account, I just wanted to find trades. There's some trades that I look at that are not even opportunities, right? It's basically like a big candlestick, and I just open a long position, and it becomes a losing trade.
Yeah. Okay, so lots to learn, and probably you've learned a lot, and there's probably a lot to learn yet.
Hopefully, yeah.
Ali, thanks ever so much for coming on the programme, and I wish you all the best for the future. In fact, maybe we could get you back on in a year or so's time and see how you got on.
Hopefully, thank you.
Brilliant stuff. My name's Charlie Burton. Trade safely out there.